And if you're an architecture aspirant, if I did it, even you can do it. Architecture has to be done with science. It's a criteria. It's reality. Face it. You got it and you achieved it. When the result came, I was shocked. Even I'm just a normal student who just climbed upstairs and now here I am.
Welcome and congratulations. So Kanak, let's begin with a small introduction.
My name is Kanak. I belong to Aurangabad and I'm an architecture aspirant. So yeah, that's it.
Actually, how was your reaction to the result? It must have been a wow moment, right? When you saw your results. So what was the reaction to people around you, your parents and all?
When the result came, I just looked into the phone. I saw the scorecard of both NATA and JEE. I was shocked. But then I just realized, okay, fine, this is really happening. It's reality. Face it. You got it and you achieved it.
So how did you choose architecture, Kanak? Was there any inspiration to choose this profession? Or is there anyone related to architecture in your family, relatives or parents like that?
Yeah, actually, there's an interesting thing. I've been growing up with my father mostly, and he works for civil projects and stuff. So I've always been fascinated by buildings and design concepts. So gradually, I just thought like architecture is something that I should just dig into and do. I just looked into it and I just thought, let's give it a try.
Okay, so now I'm really curious to know that at what age or like what time did you decide you want to be an architect?
After 10th, basically. So before I was into art and stuff, but then I thought like, I love painting. So I thought I'll pursue my career or something in fine arts. But then I thought, no, I just don't want to limit myself to fine arts. Let's bring technology into it. Let's bring innovation into it. So I looked into different fields which offer that to you. So I thought that architecture is apt. Like it combines art and technology at the end of the day. So I just thought after 10th, basically. I just researched after 10th.
So which were your toughest subjects and how did you tackle them during the preparation time for your examination?
Well, architecture has to be done with science. It's a criteria. So I am a very weak student in science. It was a tough thing to do, but end of the day, I wanted to do architecture, so I had to take science. And well, maths was a thing. It is really tough for many people, and of course for me. Everything other was some kind of manageable, but I felt maths was a bit tacky to crack.
Can you share your experience in the exam hall, Kanak? Like how was it? Were you scared or when you saw the exam paper, how was your feeling at the moment?
Before the exam, I was anxious because I had not given any exam. Like when I was in 10th, it was COVID. So I didn't appear for my 10th boards. And then directly 12th. And the first paper was JEE first attempt. And during the first attempt, it was the first government exam. I had no idea how to give an exam. Everything was nervous. And when you're sitting in the exam hall, you have the computer screen and there are people appearing for the exam right around you. And like, okay, this is the big day. You have to do it. It's now or never. Just give it your 100%. You never know you'll get a chance or not. So it was a little, different experience for me. My first exam.
So how did Think Institution help you in all these preparation? How was our part in your examinations? Did it really help you?
So basically, I joined the crash batch for Think. I used to follow Think when I was in 11th, when I just thought I'll start preparation for the architecture entrance exam. So I YouTubed, I Googled. I just saw that Think is everywhere. So then I went through the YouTube channel of Think. There were many things around. Like there were the curiosity quizzes piled up. Then there were many arch awareness videos and stuff like that. Then I got a link of the Telegram channel of Think. I followed that also. Like everywhere I was getting material from Think. And then I was like, okay, why not? I didn't get a chance to join the institute because I had joined some local institute. But then I thought like, why not polish the journey and just I give it a try in the crash course. So that's why I joined the crash course and it was amazing.
Okay, Kanak, what message do you have for the upcoming architecture aspirants? What message do you have for them?
So the message I have for them is it's not that easy to crack. It's only the hard work and your determination that is important. And if you look into the subjects which you have to study to crack the exams, they are not that tough. They are very easy. Like you can crack them. Like all the GK based questions, it depends upon you how much you're into the current affairs of the world around. Then there's maths. The maths is a tacky thing, but if you give your best, then just give it a shot. It's not that easy to crack also. And the aptitude thing is just basic logic. So when you get a hand over all these things, I believe that anyone can do it. And if you're an architecture aspirant, if I did it, even you can do it. Even I'm just a normal student who just climbed upstairs and now here I am.
Okay, Kanak, that's great. So where are you planning to join?
As I said earlier, there are mixed feelings. Like I have all the colleges open right now. So I have made a pros cons list for every college. I was still thinking like SP or Delhi probably.
Oh, that's cool, Kanak. So tell us about your last 1 month of preparation with somebody who has combined your 12th standard along with your entrance exam preparations. So can you take us through your journey?
So it begins after JEE paper 2 when you had your boards approaching in Feb, and the JEE paper 2 second attempt was just after that. You just need to balance all those things. Because through NATA, the board's marks obviously count. So I didn't know which college to join. So I was like, let's keep all the results ready and then just choose a college. So what I used to do is, I used to do half day. Half day in the morning, I used to study NATA and all the aptitude things, the basic maths, the drawing. I used to practice that for half day. And during nights, I used to dedicate it to the board studies. So the whole month went like that only. And I felt balancing is the key. Like if you just focus on one thing, there'll be a point where you will lag and you won't pass the qualification then.
Also, can you take us to your last 1 month preparation of NATA examination in which you scored the highest?
Okay. So, after NATA 1, I joined Think, and Think's curriculum is such that you get a practice of the NATA paper. The study materials, the crash course batch, the elite batch, then the mock test, the daily assignments, the daily task. I was doing everything. So, the NATA curriculum is such that it actually doesn't have a syllabus. NATA is an exam which can ask anything. So I think when I joined the crash course, it gave a variety of different topics and things. So by practicing it daily for just about an hour or two, it helped a lot.
Oh well, that isn't easy. But you have done a very great job, Kanak. Are you still into your old hobbies or what was it you were into? Can you take us through that creating journey side of yours?
So basically I've been drawing and painting since I was in nursery. So I have a lot of artistic craft background. I still do paintings and stuff. It is in me. So I feel it has somewhere helped me in my exams as well. Like in JEE, the drawing part was always my forte. And having a hobby is a very good thing which is related to your field or passion. It helps you somewhere, always.
So finally, Kanak, anything else that you want to say that we probably missed out? Anything that you want to frame as a question and you want to ask it to your younger self, like you are in class 11, Kanak. Is there anything like that?
Like there are some decisions you need to make for yourself. Like while studying for the entrance exams and stuff, you feel like you're disconnected socially with your friends, your peers and everyone. Everyone is enjoying out there, but then you have to balance your boards and stuff. But it's okay. It's for the good. So to my younger self, I'm just proud that I just didn't go to those outings and stuff for this result today. So you need to prioritize things. That's all I would like to say.
Oh, that was quite a mature answer that I've heard from a 17-18-year-old person to say. So, congratulations once again, Kanak, and wishing you a very bright and vibrant future ahead. Thank you.